Okay, we are in Desolus now, and we are at the Certheris Strand because I was told that if I go into the water here, there are going to be some cages, like the shellfish trap over here, and these shellfish traps can contain a better fishing rod, which I think is the second best fishing rod in the game. So, my plan is going to be to go through these things and see if I can pick up the fishing rod that I want. Alright, so I've been going for about half an hour now. I just put up my fourth unending breath. So, yeah, it's taken a while. I do have 44 shellfish, multiple curl-bully boots, you know, a lot of random junk, so I'm getting stuff, but unfortunately so far, not the stuff that I want. At least I do have a route down, like I have a, you know, just a set in stone route kind of that I'm following, where everything's respawning constantly, so I can just keep on going, taking out the mobs as I go. Unfortunately, they gave me no experience, but hey, I guess that they gave me a little bit of gold, so it's something. Oh yes, there we go, a big iron fishing pole. So, it does require fishing 100, which of course we have, and it gives me 20 more fishing. And my normal strong fishing pole that I've been using before gives me +5, so that means I get +15 fishing power. I'm happy, so it's taken me 34 minutes to get this, which, you know, while not super fast, I guess it could have been worse, because I looked it up, and the drop rate is 1.2% according to drop rate research that has been done. And I probably opened like somewhere, I would guess, between 50 and 75, so that means, you know, my drop rate was better than the average, so I'll take it. Wait, I can't sell the shellfish to this guy, and it says the auction says there were 5, but I don't believe that, so I'm gonna just delete them. Maybe I'm making a mistake here, but you know what? I'll risk it. I almost sold my big iron fishing pole. That would have been bad. Guess I can sell my strong fishing pole. I keep seeing people post questy things in their own language, which obviously means that the people are playing in their language, you know, whether it be German or French or whatever other European language. Let me ask you a question. Does anyone here who's watching my channel right now, do any of you play in your own language? And why? Because isn't it so much easier to just be playing in English with every single other person? Like, I would understand it if you're like, you know, a kid or something, and you just, you know, you don't speak English very well, you feel more comfortable reading it in English, but, oh sorry, reading in your own language. But as a kid, you know, I didn't even play Dutch games. Like, I would play games in English, and I would learn English through that. And it baffles me that people play games in their own language, and I find it very interesting, because if I had the choice to play a game in English or in Dutch, I would always choose English. Even if the game was originally in Dutch, I would rather play the English translation or the English dub than the Dutch version. And it's so weird to me that most people probably feel the other way around. So last time I was walking here, I remember I was talking about, you know, graphic modifications, and I was talking about ray tracing and, you know, just all kinds of things that could do with the lighting system. And, you know, even though obviously, you know, the game hasn't changed, you know, I like that at least. Well, I kind of took matters into my own hands and said, you know what? If the game won't change for me, which obviously it won't, I will change the game. And, you know, here we go. This is the comparison in Darkshore. Now, you may be wondering why the hell I am in Darkshore, and maybe some of you know where I'm going with this. But actually, let me turn this thing off again. The reason I'm in Darkshore is because the place where you can best level up from 225 to 300 fishing is in Moonglade. Now, there are two ways to get to Moonglade, as far as I've heard. Either you go through Fellwood, and you go through this cave over here, Fellpaw Village, where you have this cave here, and that will bring you into Moonglade. We went there. It was filled with furbolgs who would absolutely tear us apart, and I could make it through there But I would have to just graveyard run my way over and over and over again until at some point I make it, probably with pretty much no gear remaining. Now, there is another slightly cheesier way, but nonetheless, it is a pretty good way. That way is to go to Darkshore, and I am told you can just swim out to sea, and at some point, instead of you being in Darkshore, all of a sudden the waters you are in are connected to Moonglade, which means at that point you can drown yourself, you can die, and the respawn will trigger in Moonglade and you'll be there. I've never done this tactic in this game, and you know, it's a little bit cheesy, but then again, so is, I don't know what you call it, like corpse running or something, graveyard running, ghost running, something like that. That too is sort of cheesy, I guess. So, you know, we're just doing one of two of the cheesiness things. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and make my way to the water there, and we'll see if that actually works. Also, these ruins over here are pretty cool. Ruins of Mathistra. I like the grass here. It looks quite nice. Mist's Edge. Oh, and also I am going to be following the advice of Nat Pagel. He said to us that fishing is best done with alcohol. So, I got myself some alcohol. I'm going to be drinking during fishing. And since I don't drink very often anymore, there is a chance that by the end of this recording session, I will be a little bit tipsy. So if during editing I'm triggering myself because I'm saying random shit more so than usual, which I know is hard to believe, good luck editing me. I hope I don't say weird shit now. Oh boy, that is some deep water. Wait, there is something called fatigue here. What? Is that because the water is deep? Oh, here we go. If you stray into deep and uncharted waters, you will see a fatigue bar. If you become completely fatigued, you'll begin to drown. Oh, so I guess that's when there is no floor under me. Then I get a fatigue meter to prevent me from swimming out too far. Okay, that is pretty cool. But I guess I can just swim near the edge. I don't want to proc my unending breath right now, because that will obviously make it so that I can't drown, which means I can't go into the other map. Look at these depths. Oh, I'm pretty sure this was not intended by the devs, but you know what? It is kind of an experience. Oh, discovered Moonglade. Okay, so this is Moonglade. We are now on the edge. So this means that I should be able to just do this. Have the breath meter run out. And then I should port into Moonglade. Alright, let's see what drowning looks like. Do I just like fall over and die? Oh, okay, so my breath is 0 and then I start taking damage. Do I still regen health? I guess I don't even regen health anymore. It doesn't really matter whether I do or don't, but... Alright, I wonder also if that's percentage damage or if that is flat damage, because if that's flat damage, then I guess as a, you know, full HP warrior or something, you could tank for quite a while. Alright, release spirit. And here we go, we are in Moonglade. So I've never been here. I'm curious to see what this place looks like. I was expecting, considering it's called Moonglade and it's close to the Night Elven place, that it's, you know, very ethereal and Night Elvy. Lake Elunara. So Elune is like the goddess, I think, of the Night Elves. And this is a really cool looking place. I kind of want to explore it a little bit before I start fishing. Oh, this looks really cool. Like this water and stuff. And those trees. Like, this looks really nice. I wonder if there's a flight path here. Maybe at Nighthaven? The Storm Rage Barrow Dens. Is this maybe where the Furbolgs are? I think it is, right? This is where I would have come out if I followed the other path. This lake looks so nice and tranquil. I really like it. I'm gonna enjoy fishing here. Ooh, there is a flight path here. Cool. Alright, let me unlock this. Let's see.
Where would you like to fly to?
Yeah, there it is. Moonglade. Alright, really cool. I do want to check out Nighthaven because that looks like it's a town or something. Actually, I think that entrance right there, I think that is the Furbolg cave. So I don't know exactly what that is. So this is the Shrine of Remulos, which I'm gonna assume is a lore thing. There is Keeper Remulos here as well. Greetings, traveler, is all he says. Alright. Don't know what this place is, but I'm sure it has some lore implication. And then here we are in Night Haven. Once again, we have one of those weird looking inns that always, is weird to me because it's so open. And yeah, just a nice chill town. I'm really liking the, very blue aesthetic here. It looks very nice and cozy to me. There is... I'm wondering if there's also a fishing NPC here in case I run out of stuff. Now, I have 160 minutes. So, 2 hours and 40 minutes of the buff. But I can always fly away from here and fly back now that I've been here once. As a food and drink merchant, I could go for some ice cold milk right now, like IRL for sure. I'm quite thirsty, which is not a good thing when you're drinking alcohol. I mean, I guess it can be depending on your point of view. All right, well, nice little town. I guess it is time for me to start fishing.